Hi folks, I'm going to be doing a review on the Elephone P8000 B model. This is the US version. I've had mine for around a little over 20 days now, and mine I have running CyanogenMod 12.1 Lollipop, and so far everything is running very nicely on it. Sometimes the fingerprint scanner can be a little bit finicky, but all in all works fairly well. Like I said, I have CyanogenMod running at, I think it's build 9, version 12.1. okay, and it's very smooth. Screen looks great, and one thing I noticed when I first got the phone was using the stock ROM is the camera was terrible on it. It would take blurry pictures. It wasn't very good at all. The camera's pretty good on it. I wouldn't say it's fantastic. It's good for the price for the phone. A lot of the out of focus blurry issues with it, I haven't had that issue with the CyanogenMod camera, to tell you the truth. It's been pretty good as far as taking clear pictures. I wouldn't say it's the best camera out there. Obviously, for a budget phone, it's not going to be, anything like a $800 phone, but for the price, it takes pretty darn good pictures. And I'll post some, along with this video, some examples of that, of the picture quality. I have, like I said, CyanogenMod running on it. I have Nova Launcher running on top. I like Nova Launcher. I've always liked it. And one thing I have to say about this phone, there's three things that bug me about this phone. One, the Wi-Fi, only 2.4 gigahertz, and maybe there's a hack out there, hardware hack, where maybe the antenna can be swapped out. I really don't know. I haven't done that much research. Secondly, the weight of the phone, it's heavy. It's very heavy. I picked up my old Samsung S3 after about 2 weeks of carrying this thing around, and it's about half the weight of this phone. And so it's a pretty heavy phone. So I suggest getting I got a belt clip holder for it, a case for it, clips on your belt, and then just put the phone in it and carry it around that way. Carrying around in your pocket, you're going to notice it after a while. Now, I know I'm doing this video in my car. Sorry, it's the only time I had to do it. At work, 40 hours, full-time dad, all that stuff, so deal with it. Now, one thing I noticed when I first installed CyanogenMod, it was only defaulting to 3G, and there's a way to change that, and it's pretty simple. SIM cards, and then scroll on the bottom, SIM settings, and right here, preferred network type, change it from 3G to LTE, and maybe reboot the phone, but I didn't really have to do that. Haven't had any issues with that. An AT&T network. Texting works fine. 4G works fine. Some areas around here, like right now, I'm over by the local library. I don't get good signal over here. Anyways, anything else? Oh, the storage on it. I think Elephone's a little bit shady with this. I could be wrong about this, but I don't know. The storage available says around 12 gigabytes. So I'm guessing when they say 3 gig of RAM and 16 gigs of storage, they're being a little bit dishonest about that. I believe the way it's looking, it's 16 gigabytes total. 3 gigabytes are shared memory, and then the rest is storage. I might be wrong about that, but unless they installed, storage is less than 16, and then separate 3 gigabyte of memory. I don't know. But I've wiped this clean, and it still says a max of 12. So either they put less storage on it and 3 gigabytes separate, or it's all shared. I can't think of any other conclusion to that. Like I said, this is running a Lollipop. Oops. And I also already have developer options turned on. Anyways, trying to think of anything else here. Bluetooth works fine. GPS works fine. Accurate within a few hundred feet. The fingerprint scanner, pretty good. Once in a while it's a little bit flaky, and then other times it puts your fingerprint up right away. Alright, what else here? Oh, the battery life on this, there's a large battery in this phone. I've got there's other videos out there that show the battery inside the phone, but it's a huge battery. 4,000, I believe. I'll go about 5 hours of just regular usage on the phone, and it only uses maybe 15 to 20% of the battery. So I'm averaging probably 4 or 5% battery usage per hour on average. Now, I had to use SP Flash to flash recovery onto it. And I originally flashed Phil's recovery, and personally I like Phil's way better than TWRP recovery. However, the version for this phone of Phil's would have problems backing up your phone, so it'd get halfway through and then mysteriously just stop backing up, or say corrupted backup. So I thought it was originally my phone, but it turned out it was a recovery. So I ended up putting TWRP recovery on it, and it works flawless. I have no problems with backing up my phone and recovering the data. In fact, I gotta do it. There it is. I think I did one yesterday. I don't have a problem with it. I've even wiped everything all the way down to the phone, the phone storage. Left my micro SD, the data on that fine, without wiping the data on the SD card, and reflashed or recovered my backup, no issues. After I installed the TWRP recovery via SP Flash, I did it via Ubuntu Linux, which works fine. If you don't have Windows installed, it's another alternative. Once I installed TeamWin Recovery, I've installed every ROM that I've installed has been from this recovery. I haven't had a problem with losing my IMEI number, I believe it's called. Not losing a phone connection, or SIM card issues or anything like that. I've installed all my ROMs via zip file and kernel files via this recovery. Haven't had an issue. The only thing I can think of that you might need to use SP Flash for in the future is if something disastrous happens. With your phone, where you have to recover it down to the very roots of the phone with SP Flash by sending a new recovery and your ROM to it. Other than that, everything's been via recovery. I'll show you the boot up time. And it's booted up. I've noticed the fingerprint scanner doesn't work right away, and everything's grayed out here because I've moved some of my applications to SD card to save in space on the phone. The 2.4 gigahertz wireless, I'm averaging, on a good connection, 30 megs down, 10 to 8 to 12 upload, depending on what connection I'm using. At home, I'm getting 30 down and 10 to 12 up, which is fine. That's going to do almost any of your streaming. And let's just go into real quick CPU X and just kind of show the stats of the phone here. System stats. So, according to this, it's 2.85 gigabyte RAM and 11.36 gigabyte of internal storage. So I might be wrong, it might be separate, and they just kind of gypped us on the internal storage of the phone. But what are you gonna do? It's you know, less than $180 for the phone. And also, before I forget, I found out this like 2 weeks later. This phone has an FM receiver in it. So you plug your headphones in right there, turn on this app, and then you can get local radio stations. So if I'm at the park with my daughter or whatnot, throw in my headphones, listen to music without burning up bandwidth usage on AT&T, and saves battery at the same time. Alright, that's my review. Still love this phone. A little bit heavy, only uses 2.4 gigahertz. Looks like we got cheated a little bit on internal storage, but other than that, it's a great phone for the price. Thanks for watching.